All right. Hey, second period foundation students, welcome to Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday, right? How amazing is that? So let's just review for everybody that's tuning in. And today's like a progress report day. I went back in and opened up all of your assignments are opened. Let's just go into your assignments. So if there's something you haven't done, value strips, the moon, shading the sphere, contour lines, we're gonna do arrows today. If there's something here that you haven't done, you haven't uploaded your sketchbook assignments, anything under assignments, when y'all go to assignments, if you haven't done it, do it today, because it's gonna close today. So make sure you're doing that. Where's your sketches? Sketchbook, okay. Remember that you're gonna do 3 of the sketches this week. As soon as I find that, let me get back to modules. So this week for your sketch assignment, since we only have 3 days, you're gonna be uploading 3. Later on, I will upload it here and it'll say week 3, upload slides 11 through 13. And remember, we always come here. I gotta remember to move this to like maybe your home page. And this is where your assignments are. So you should, and Trent, correct me if I'm wrong, you should be doing today. Man, y'all done a lot of work. That one. Y'all done a lot of work. That's today. Jacob Lawrence, the seamstress. This is just all of Jacob. If you're not familiar with Jacob Lawrence, you should really look him up. He is, I just love his colors, his pattern. He's an African-American painter, and he lived from 1917 to the 2000s. And remember, these are hyperlinks. You can click on them. I do think, if something sparks you, I don't know why this is taking so long. If something sparks you in the notes that you're writing, feel free to click on these hyperlinks and see, if it's going to talk more history for you. He was, why he was so popular is he kind of started his artistic style called dynamic cubism. You might have heard cubism before. Pablo Picasso was really good with cubism. Like right here is a very famous painting by Pablo Picasso. And cubism means, it's not going to be realistic. It's not like the Renaissance things that y'all have been drawing. They're completely almost, they're like portraits. It's very realistic. So what Picasso, and in this case, we're doing Jacob Lawrence, they kind of are simplifying, they're kind of simplifying the, everything in it to shape, all right, which I love. This type of art appeals to me, more than that impressionistic painting, like that little Monet thing y'all did last week, like, and the Renaissance stuff is all fine and good, but like these things speak to me more. I like that it's a complex image, but it's been simplified into shape. So, and there's no value, this is just flat colors. Anyway, these words should start sounding familiar because we've been working with those words. So that's your sketch assignment for today. What we're gonna do, we're not quite moving it. Well, we're dealing with shape today. That's probably a good little follow through. We're still gonna work with value and shape. My glasses are fogging up like I'm in the shower. Crazy. I'm sorry. What you're gonna do today, and I'm getting ready to show you some more about it, but you're gonna draw some arrows almost in a graffiti style. And you only need to draw 3 of them. I'd like for one of them to overlap, but I'm gonna show you how to draw this. Then I want you to shade your arrows. You can shade behind it, on it. I want one to overlap or try to, and you guys can, I've got papers or you can look on your computer. You guys can't tell, but like this arrow is busting through this arrow. They're just little simple things that we can do to make them look dimensional. What I do want to show you is where all this comes from. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with graffiti. I love graffiti art. I'm going to put this right here. The quote says, graffiti's always been a temporary art form. You make your mark and they may scrub it off. Okay, Banksy, we'll get into him a little bit. He's an extremely famous artist, and what's so cool about him is he does these great big, I didn't even put a hyperlink on him, did I? No. He does these great big murals and things that kind of are controversial, and nobody's ever seen him. Like, it's really crazy. He is, I've got to show you this because I just want you to see his work. And you've probably seen it like on Instagram and stuff. His images are very, very famous. He's based in London. I just want his images. Okay, yeah, so he does these images. Well, let me go back to Wikipedia. I feel like you might have seen some of these images before. Does anybody think they've seen any of his stuff before? No. So he does these, like this particular image right here. He does the, it's like the little person has a mask on and a flower, but he does these little things like in the middle of the night. They just show up. Nobody knows what he looks like. They've been very popular. I'm just going to scroll through some of these images, but a lot of them are like, there's probably a historic, oh yeah. That's, it's an image of Charles Manson in a prison suit, because remember he, was killing a whole bunch of people and stuff. This is a very famous painting or graffiti art. And sometimes they're huge, but they just show up out of nowhere. And, some people like them, some people don't. They're fabulous. Anyway, Banksy, I love his art. They're all very, very famous. And then, that's a really cool picture. I just love his stuff. He came to New York City one time, and, he is an artist, obviously, and he normally typically does things on walls and stuff, but he was out in Central Park and he had all his artwork, like little drawings and stuff, and was selling them for like $100. And because nobody has seen him or knows him, they didn't even believe it was him. And then so some people were like, okay, like would pay $100, just maybe it is him sitting there. And it really was him. Like in all the New York Sotheby's and all these art museums and MoMA and stuff like that, they lost their mind. They had Banksy in Central Park selling little pieces of art for like $100, and everybody that walked by was like, no way, you're not the real Banksy, you're not. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, anyway, back to y'all, back to your project. So that was a little introduction to Banksy. We're gonna take the concept of an arrow. We'll draw it just regular first. Oh, I wanted to show you this guy also. This is a Martin guy. I love this guy, his graffiti. This is kind of where this project came from. He's a graffiti artist. I'll add these links to your, he's a graffiti artist. I'll add these links to your canvases, but yeah, to your canvases. He does these like fabulous designs. This is kind of where all this came from. Oops. So, keep in mind that graffiti artists are going to be doing this, but they're going to be doing it like real big, and they're going to be doing it with spray paint. And I don't even know how they do it. It just drives me nuts. I would love like a workshop on, how to do that. So you're going to kind of take this idea and you're just using your pencil, or if you want to use your marker pen and do hatching or cross hatching. Remember I said some people like to cross hatch and hatch better. And you're gonna just make a little drawing of arrows. You don't have to do them like this. I'm just kind of showing you this is where this guy came from. And he's a working artist. And, you know, now, you know, and here it is on these cans, which I think is really cool. He started painting like super classic graffiti back in the 80s. And then he really got into adding 3D, which is what you're going to be doing with these arrows. So I just wanted to show you those two images. And then what I'm going to do is go back to how you're going to start. So I've got some examples here. You don't have to copy those examples. I'm going to turn light on draw on the board, kind of let you see what we're doing today. You're doing your sketch assignment, drawing the sketch of Jacob Lawrence, which is really good. I think it'll be a lot easier than some of the Renaissance stuff to draw. And then you're going to be working on these geometric arrows in a graffiti style if you would like. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna turn that off and draw on the board. It's very, very easy. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I just want you practicing drawing shapes. In your canvas, it's step-by-step how to do it. It's very easy. Should be fun. If you want to do it in color, you can do it in color as well, and I will give you guys some handouts in a minute. Un momento. Un momento. So for your arrows, you're just going to draw. You can start off drawing them. So remember, you're dealing with shape. You know, are they curved? Are they straight? Are they perfect? So there's an arrow, all right, but I want to make it look dimensional. So I'm going to come back right where things turn and put these little lines. And then whatever is here, if it curves here, it's going to be curved here. If it's curved up top, it's going to be curved at the bottom. Does that make sense? Let me show you an example. So whatever it is here, when you finish this off, it's going to look like that. Does that make sense? You're basically making boxes, your arrows into boxes. You're giving them edges. Okay. Does that make sense? It doesn't look too hard. Okay. So like here, I would come here. So whatever is here, you do there. So here's like this weird little straight line. So I'm gonna do that straight line. And then right here is a curved line. And I'm just gonna take it down to there. Now, next thing you do is just draw another arrow. Maybe, same thing, anywhere it turns, you are going to, right where it turns, you're gonna make an edge. Anywhere it changes shape. And then whatever, so it's curved right here, so down here is gonna be curved. Actually, I don't wanna do it there. I'm gonna do it up here. So see how it's curved right there? All you're gonna do is repeat that. And then slowly make it disappear to there. This is diagonal, this is diagonal. And then bring slowly that into there. Then I want you to shade. You can shade the background. You can, these are the same things when you're gonna go dark with your pencil or hatch lines, dark to a little bit lighter. Same everywhere, dark to a little bit lighter. You're gonna have it pencil. You can also shade in here. You can also practice, let's see. Let's have one coming. I'm trying to think how I want to do it to have one coming out. Let's do something this way. You would be able to do this little piercing thing better with pencil. because then I would come here and shade, so it's like it's busting out. All you're doing is triangles, kind of making sweep lines to them to make them arrows, and then trying to overlap. Overlap means then decide which one do you want on top. We'll do this one that I just drew on top. So then you're just going to erase the bottom arrow. That's how you do on top. All right, I'm gonna let you guys work. I'm gonna upload this video, the Zoom video. Email me if you have any questions. I'm getting grades in. Please make sure you finish everything, turn it in today. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.